Hey everyone, here's a much requested video on trills. So to develop trills up to a sufficient speed as well as achieving lightness in the execution so as to not interfere with other activities in the left hand. This is not an exact science, obviously. Everyone goes about it differently depending on their setup and their physical makeup and so forth. But I'll try and break down what has worked for me personally. I have to say that executing a successful trill is just as much a mental game as a physical one. First of all, I think it's helpful to think of the trilling mechanism not as an active muscular activity, but rather more like an impulsive reflex, something that takes the least amount of active muscular involvement possible. Just imagine for a second that the fingerboard is burning hot, as if you just cooked a steak on it or something, and you could only touch it for the shortest amount of time before feeling the burn. You see how we're flicking the finger almost nervously? That's the sort of reflex we're looking for. We could then incorporate this reflex into some exercises. So the key here is working in sharp rhythms. We could work with any finger combination and even in double stops. I mean, these exercises actually help with left hand dexterity in general and serve as great warm-up exercises. We could then take this reflex, the same flicking motion, reinforced in these last exercises, and start working the trill very slowly and gradually increasing the speed. So, regarding the mental aspect, in my experience, the rule is that if you want an effective trill to happen, it most likely won't. And if you don't specifically think about it per se, chances are that it will. In a way, this is a reflection of the general situation of overthinking when we're nervous or feeling under pressure on stage, for instance. However, this is something that we can train for in practice. In this particular case, the intensity or character of the trill should be determined by the overall musical context in which it lies, rather than the sole desire to execute the trill as well as you would want. All in all, this is certainly not an instant process. I mean, it takes a lot of time and consistent work before results start to show. And even then, the ability to trill consistently can sometimes come and go. But as we continue to condition the mind and develop dexterity in the left hand, this will positively impact our playing in more ways than one. Alright, I hope this was helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.